This movie was more family than F9. What is going on, guys? We're talking Black Widow, which of course is starring Scarlett Johansson, Rachel Weisz, and it is the, I guess, most anticipated Marvel movie since the whole pandemic. We thought this thing was gonna drop on Disney Plus, which it kind of did. You got to pay an extra $30, but it's good to be back in the theater, and it's good to have a Marvel movie to watch on the big screen. Loki has been doing a good job, but I do love my popcorn and soda, even though I got it icy. That didn't taste too well. Well, anyway, so let's get into the film, and I have to say, this movie was great. It definitely had a Civil War, definitely Civil War and Winter Soldier spliced together with, you know, your typical Bourne movie. It was just absolutely, it was blowing me away. Like, everything was fantastic. Like, going through the first act to second act, learning Natasha in the beginning of the movie, her, I thought the beginning was really well done. This was a different kind of paced movie. There was like slower parts, but it was like needed for the story to really be a story about, you know, Nat's past and then also the present. We all know after Endgame, she's gone. So it's really kind of odd to see the timeline and jumping back and forth, but I don't think it messes it up too much, honestly. I don't even think it messes it up at all. I think I could watch this movie whether, because the timeline is before, you know, or after Civil War, it didn't really matter to me. I thought it was still kind of like, it still was an enjoyable watch. There's a lot of great action in here. The acting's really good, but what's really good is overall the comedic timing. The comedic timing in this film is amazing. The actress who plays Yelena, Nat's sister, is so good. I was actually really impressed with her. I really like this character. I thought she was a really cool, playing opposite with Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. I thought her comedic timing, she nailed that comedic timing. There is like lines in here that shouldn't be as funny when but her capability of nailing those lines, it makes it even much more better. So I thought she was such a bright spot. Everybody in here mostly is in the bright spot. I love the Red Guardian, that is Hopper from Stranger Things. The Red Guardian, man, he played for comedy aspects of the film, but he's just such a big, lovable kind of guy who is a super soldier, a Russian super soldier, the only one. So I thought that was really cool. The first act, the second act, it just was really blowing me away on how much I was really, really digging the film. I was getting a lot of Winter Soldier vibes. I did think, however, I'm like, did Black Widow, did Nat like take some of that Captain America super soldier serum? Because there's some moments in this film where you're like, the power level of how Black Widow has been portrayed this whole time. There's things that happen in this film where you go, I don't think she survives that, or she's really heavily damaged, but she kind of brushes it off throughout this film. I was really impressed with the action sequences and the set pieces as well. The only one I didn't necessarily like, which I'm going to have to gripe about, guys, is I think the third act is really, really messy. I think the action is your typical blow 'em up superhero action flick. But not only that, there's a part in this film where the villain monologues for like 6 minutes. And I'm like, why are you talking so much? Stop talking. Just do your evilly deeds. You don't need to talk that much. So I thought that was really bad. Taskmaster was one of the characters I was really, really looking forward to, especially with the action sequences and just overall who's behind the mask. Super disappointing. I don't know why the Marvel universe has they have like Loki, they have Thanos, but they really struggle on villains. And this is another movie where they really struggled on villains. Now, I would give it more of a pass because it's trying to has that family element, which I really like. I thought the family element that gets introduced in this film was like kind of like the heart of the film. It does take away though Nat's story. Like when I watched Wonder Woman, the first film, I knew I was watching a Wonder Woman film. This was Wonder Woman. Steve Trevor didn't overshadow her. He kind of complimented her, but I knew this was Gal Gadot's movie. Scarlett, I thought this movie in the beginning, it is her film. You know it's her film. It's really like, Black Widow. But then like when you get to the second act and then all the way to the end, you really start feeling like, what, is this really her film? Because I'm getting a little bit more, it's cool. I love it. You're getting shine on other characters. But I'm starting to feel like we're slipping away from Nat, from Black Widow. So, and it just really gets messy towards that third ending. I didn't think that the ending was kind of bad. The post-credit scenes are not that great. It's a really big push for a certain series. Overall, though, other than the third act being messy and sloppy and I wasn't digging that at all, I thought the movie as a whole, I thought it worked most of the time. There is so much to like here. There's so much. Scarlett Johansson does a fantastic job once again, and you really start appreciating her and that role. You want to probably see her more in the future, but I mean, how does this all come together right at the end? I think her sister is such a great addition to the Marvel cinematic universe. The actress is going to nail whatever comes her way. Red Guardian was really cool. Rachel Weisz, I wish I got a little bit more time with her. She's in the film, but she's in it not as much as I thought she was going to be. So this film, as much as, I love it, I can't absolutely give it like, a 5 out of 5 or so. I could definitely recommend watching this film. It's a great film for the next phase of Marvel. It doesn't, it's just not, it didn't reach that Winter Soldier, Civil War type level. It was right there, and then it just kind of slipped and fell a little bit. It's kind of like somebody writing the most perfect essay in the world, and then he's on the last stretch, but yet he's making spelling errors, grammar errors, and he's slipping a little bit. He's slipping on that final paragraph. So that's what it felt like to me watching this film. But it was a good watch. I had a lot of fun. I think you guys should check it out. I think it is one of the more better Marvel films, definitely out there. I thought it was right there with one of the greatest, and I was Winter Soldier. There is a lot of Winter Soldier themes, a lot of kind of storylines that kind of happen in this film. There's a lot of also name drops in this film, so I think you guys are going to have a good time. But I recommend the film, but I can't say it was almost there, but it didn't meet that level. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. There is a lot of content. Go ahead and check out the channel. We just did a Loki breakdown, and then the Loki season finale is actually next week. So there's more also Marvel movies to come, Disney shows. And then, of course, I have content on a lot of that. And then also TV shows, movies, and just in general, a lot of other stuff. So hit that subscribe button, like the video. And then also, if you want to check me out on Instagram on Dan Demand Reviews, you can go check me out over there. So what was your thoughts? If you had to rate it from 1 to 5, did you think this was a 5, 4, 3, 2, or a 1? Let me know what you guys thought about this film. So I'm Dan Demand, Danielson, and like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat. You make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. Have a good one, guys.